thanks for tuning in. Today I will be doing an unboxing and giving some initial impressions of the Cambridge Audio Minx Min 12 satellite speakers. The reason I bought this is to have speakers for our living room downstairs for background music, and we wanted to have small speakers but not rubbish speakers, and from what I have read myself about these, they should be quite sufficient for that task. Today we are running Paradigm Millennia 1 speakers. 4 of them have been mounted high up. I will show a picture of that. But those are rather big and heavy, so I was thinking of replacing them with these smaller ones, and hopefully they will do the job. So let's see the box itself. It's rather straightforward, simple. As you can see, it's included one speaker and one wall mount. Before I continue on, the Minx series contains some different models. We have these, which are the 12, and then we have similar, which are called the 22s, which are more or less 2 of these speakers in one speaker box, so to say. And then we have Minx X201 subwoofer, and also we have the Minx X301 subwoofer. But let's open this up and let's see how it looks. So what do we have? Oh, well, welcome with the Minx logo and wordings. So we have the wall mount and some silicone rubber paddings if you want to have it sitting directly on some surface. And then we have a manual instruction guide. As you can see, for the Minx 12 and the 22, it's exactly the same. And also one thing I need to mention about the wall mount: I have purchased some other wall mounts which will give me the possibility to more or less mount them in the angle I would like to. I'll show you a picture of those as well. Let's see what's in the box. So we have the speaker. Nothing more inside here. Let's put that away a bit. So let's take it out of the cloth. Here we have it. It's very minimalistic, as you can see. It has this gray edge on the front. This is the gloss white option. There is also a gloss black option. From what I can see, the build quality seems to be really good. As I was saying, that if you can see the speaker grille here, it's somewhat, yeah, alright. Won't be able to see that from the distance I will be having these, but anyhow. So here we have the back side. We have the screw for the wall mount. We have the speaker terminals, rather simple ones. Yeah, you just put the speaker cable in the hole there. I thought I have seen these to be like sort of banana plugs, but I don't dare to pull this any harder right now. But yeah, so I mean, just for a size comparison, this is an Apple TV 2.3 remote. As you can see, the speakers are rather small. I mean, yeah. So from a wife acceptance factor, I think this will be much better than the ones we already have, which is a good thing. And so as I mentioned, these come in a variety of models, and these speakers are equipped with something which Cambridge Audio are labeling as BMR technology. And what that is what they're saying is it will actually have a wider soundstage, so up to 180 degrees. I know they're using these radiators, which is in these speakers, in ceiling speakers, which they have as well, which are supposed to disperse the sound 180 degrees. And the BMR stands for balanced mode radiator. I'll post a picture of how Cambridge Audio is promoting this technology. As I mentioned, so these only have, like, it's only one radiator, so it's not multiple divided like a tweeter and some type of mid-bass, so it's just one radiator as I've understood it. And the Minx 22, I am assuming, do have two radiators then. The size, the dimensions of the 12 version is 78 times 78 times 85 millimeters, and the 85 is the depth, and the 78 and 78 is height and width. So it's very small. The weight is 0.43 kilos. So it's, yeah, I think it's some sort of plastic. So I mean, it's not heavy at all. And also, as I was mentioning earlier, there are two subwoofers. The X201, it's an active subwoofer with an 6.5 subwoofer and two 6.5-inch passive radiators. And the X301 has is also an active subwoofer. It has one 8-inch subwoofer and one 8-inch passive radiator. And according to Cambridge, you could mix and match the 12 and the 22s and a subwoofer, and you will have a good sound stage, and the sound will be matching each other. I think many times people use these for home cinema systems, setups for smaller living rooms, where sound matching is a bit more important, but for my case it will be only for background music, and I might add an additional subwoofer, or I will add an additional subwoofer to have a little bit more grunt in the sound. Alright, I will also show a picture of these when these are mounted, and also I will give you an impression of what I think of the sound. See you when I have these mounted. Alright guys, now I got these mounted. I have a homemade bracket for the fastening. I don't want to make any extra holes in the walls, so that's why it looks like it does. And as you can see, I have the optional wall brackets, which you can swivel the way you want. It's a bit difficult to get a feel of the size of the speakers, but they are rather small, as you can see, or hopefully you can see. When it comes to the sound, okay, that's small as well. I would say very small. I will definitely be adding a subwoofer to have a bit more, should I say, volume or depth to the sound, because these sound very flat. There's no bass more or less at all, and the mid bass is not there either, more or less. But for surround, or I should say background sound or background music, making dinner and having friends over, I think they will be sufficient. but if you're planning to have these as a hi-fi setup, I wouldn't recommend that. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in.